So hello and good day to all of you. Okay, I'm back with a new video, and this one, before we anything else, again, I'd like to know what are your thoughts on having this on landscape instead of on portrait. Okay, because as you can see, I'm not looking directly at you. Instead of looking a bit up like that. Okay, so let me know. Is it okay with you? Is it fine with you? Or should I go back to portrait? No, standing up like this. I just did this because YouTube has things on portrait mode. Well, it's widescreen like that. So I have to do this one, or else it's just that, and then there are black corners on the side. No, but if that's okay with you, having it in portrait, okay, that's good. But then if you like this one, it's there's no problem with you. I'm not looking at it directly, but then just look a bit up there. Then let me know in the comment section below. Okay, so here we go with this topic. Now this topic is a bit different from what I'm usually putting out so far. Okay, so again, I want like to know your input. Would you like to have more of these kinds of topics? Or is it okay with you if I just go ahead with how to make it on YouTube, with the little that I know, with theater, acting, or something like that? Well, anyway, this one is a bit different, like I said, because this one involves about what will happen tomorrow. What will happen tomorrow? Well, there is going to be a new ordinance, not a law. I'm not sure it's a law, but I know it's just an ordinance about motorcycles have, especially those just ordinary motorcycles that will have a barrier. Okay, it's a barrier like that. What are my thoughts on this one? I don't own a motorcycle, but I do plan to have one. Okay, but my thought about this one is that it's not going to end well. It's not going to end well. It's a bad idea. It's a very bad idea. Okay. Though, even just from a logical standpoint, a motorcycle is a narrow vehicle. Narrow. It's just enough for the width of an average person. Not even for a big person. Okay. Unless you're talking about those big bikes, the Harley Davidson, but even Harleys aren't that wide. Okay. But your typical average person like me is narrow here. A motorcycle is narrow. Sorry about that. A motorcycle is narrow. Okay, narrow. It's small, and so if you put something that is tall, no, I don't know how tall they plan. Some say it's around 4 feet tall from the seat. That's tall. That's tall. That is tall. And you know, there's something about the motorcycle that it needs a rider that's not too large or too tall, because the center of gravity, the center of balance will shift if someone goes there that's either too wide or too tall. Think about this. Why is it that cars would want, especially those who know about cars, want to have their cars lowered? Because if it's lowered, it hugs the ground more. Okay, so that when you corner, okay, when you turn the corner, it's much more stable. The same thing with a motorcycle. If even so, the motorcycle has only 2 wheels. Imagine this. Motorcycle is narrow and it has 2 wheels. So how would that go? I mean, how would that go? If you put something that's tall, when you corner, the tendency of the motorcycle is to go this way. Okay? If it's tall, the tendency would be to go even more onto the side, like this. It will tip over. In other words, it will tip over. Logical, because it's too tall. So I don't know who made this idea. I'm not so sure if the one who made that idea even knows how to ride a motorcycle, how the motorcycle works. And if you put about it, it doesn't have something that's as tall. It even has a cloth or something, a barrier. That's even a worse idea. That's bad. Because as people have mentioned or point out, it will act as a sail. A cloth like that would be a sail. You know, old ships, right? Old ships have sails. What does it do? What do sails do? It moves the ship. It helps move the ship forward. When the wind goes, okay, it drives the ship forward. Imagine that on a motorcycle. Okay, imagine that on a motorcycle. Imagine a sail on a motorcycle. Bad idea. I don't know who really thought of this idea. It's very bad. It wasn't. I'm more than sure it wasn't even thought out correctly. No, that's the thing. It's very bad. You put a sail on a very small vehicle. What will it do? If there's a wind coming above from behind, and there's a sail, the tendency that is to push that vehicle forward, and something as small as a motorcycle would already. What will happen? That it will be pushed all the way. The rider would literally fly. It will fly. He will fly. The motorcycle will fly. There's no other way. And if there's a wind coming forward towards the rider, it will push back the rider. And the same thing. It will push the rider back. He will fall off. Bad idea. Bad idea. I don't know who made this idea. It's very bad all over. You can already see it. And yet, they're going to implement that. Yet, they want to have that implemented. Why? I don't get it. Here's something much better though. Why not have the back rider have a helmet and a visor, a full visor on, like this? You know, you already have a mask, you have a visor. That would prevent contact or the virus from going to the other one. Actually, more than that, because you have the mask and you have a visor. See, either have a half face with a full visor or a full face helmet. Okay, so that the mouth will be covered. Either way, that would be much more practical. Or if you really want to go all out, then why not say that that the motorcycles would have a sidecar? That would be much more practical. There's social distancing. There's distance over there. See? They would practice social distancing, and the other rider would be over there. Much more practical. It's a tricycle, basically. Sure, it might not be for everyone, and sure, it would be more costly, but if they want to have something implemented like that during this pandemic, that would be an option, much better, much more preferable, because it will make the motorcycle much stable. It has 3 wheels, aside from the social distancing. But I don't get why who made that? Who came up with that bright idea? Having a tall barrier behind you. It doesn't sound good in any way. You can already see a lot of accidents happening, and bad all over. And if there's a lot of accidents happening, what will happen? Good thing here in the Philippines, we're not used to suing the government. If this is in the U.S., if this happens, I'm more than sure that people will be suing the government. because it's a bad thing if there will be accidents all over, and you can see already accidents happening all over, especially now that we are in the typhoon season. Okay, it's going to be raining, it's going to be wind, and then you have that tall sail at the back. Oh my goodness, you just can't see it. You just can't see already what's going to happen. This is going to be a disaster all over. I hope that government would reconsider it. I hope that government would say, no, this is a bad idea. How someone would say, no, maybe we should think about this again. This is just a bad idea. Okay, because this is not going to be good. Now, I'm not so sure also if the barrier or something would be there if there is no rider. Because if that's the case, that's even worse. That would be even worse. It's already bad enough that there's a back rider and there's a barrier. And there's even worse if there's no back rider, it's a barrier because it will act as a sail. That would be bad. So I hope that whoever thought of this would think twice. Think twice. Think again. Think a lot of time. Is this a good idea? Is this a practical idea? A lot of people, riders are saying, no, it's not. Listen to the people. Listen to what people are saying. It's not a good idea. Don't push for it. Don't push forward to it. Find another solution. Like I said, a back rider, wear a helmet and a full visor would be much more practical, less costly. Okay, more practical, much safer. For enforcing safety for both rider and the back rider, the passenger. Or if you really want to go all out, have a sidecar installed, make it a tricycle, make it much more stable. Either of those two options, that would be much better. But a sail, no, really. I don't see anything good happening. So I hope that they can reconsider it. Anyway, if you like this video, this content, leave a comment below, discuss about it, and if you like also this format, even if I'm not looking straight at you, okay, just leave a comment. What do you think of this format? Is it good? Is it bad? It's much better in portrait, or like this one. Leave a comment below, and like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.